and one. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Helmuts. Thank you for having me back on.
You're most welcome, and thank you for coming on, as I really have many questions to you. And what time is it now in Australia?
In Australia, it is just hit 8 p.m. in Melbourne.
8 p.m. And we are on 10 a.m.
As you can see out my window, let me move the other way. It's dark outside, and the kids are just about to go to bed.
So, Adrian, anything new has happened since our last conversation with tawk.to?
We've just been increasingly busy. We've been creating some really exciting customer stories,
yes,
and speaking to people across the United States and Australia, and just finding out how COVID has impacted their business, how they've made the switch to digital, and how they're using tawk.to to help them grow in this period. So that's been really exciting. We're continuing to work on the products, so they're continuing to build out the knowledge base, which we're talking about tonight, and they're talking about releasing chatbots in early 2021. So that's been very exciting as well.
Chatbots?
Absolutely, yeah. So about 2 months ago, just after we released the knowledge base,
yes,
our CEO Robert put the question to our users and said, "What would you like us to build out next?" And we were all surprised because there was a number of options there, like CRM and a couple of other things that we had on the plans, but chatbot was the overall requested or most requested feature. So they're working hard to release that shortly.
Wow. And have you started working on it already?
The developers have, yeah.
And why chatbots?
What our users want, what they requested.
Really? It does sound strange, as I don't know. I can see either people are using chatbots or like company owners. I think that is a culture of a company. Either you go full on automatization and you use bots and all that good stuff, or you insist on person-to-person relationship or conversations.
I agree with you to some extent, but what we're going to try and achieve is a blend of both, where perhaps some of the more simple questions, like for an e-commerce store, where typically a question is shipping times or where is my delivery, this doesn't need a human response, and it can be easily answered by a bot, where then it can then transfer over to the human if you have if it needs to be escalated or it's a bit more of a complicated question. So we want to work hard at making them work side by side and not simply replace the human with the bot, but have them working together.
Okay. And how's the whole, before we jump into the tawk.to, how's the whole online community doing these times? As the ordinary businesses, their turnarounds are down, definitely down. But the online businesses seem to be booming, are they? What is your experience?
Yeah, look, I can't speak across the board, but the feedback that we get is that certainly businesses have been impacted by COVID-19, but it's awesome to make the shift towards digital, to look at other ways to engage businesses on their website, and to make the pivot in their business. So I think a lot of them have seen some success, and 2020 has forced them to make that change in their business, which will help them grow further on down the track.
Okay, fantastic. If I may, just my apologies. It seems that we are missing one thing. I need to share this as got this. I did ask our guy to share it on Latvian online business community, and it seems that he hasn't done it yet. How do you like the new layout of Facebook?
I spend very little time on Facebook, so I haven't even noticed the layout change, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes I can't find things that I'm used finding.
On Facebook?
Yes, on Facebook.
It's one of the reasons why I stopped using it, because I had some spam or some sort of negative experience, and I tried to get support, and it was just an absolute headache. And I just went, well, I'll just avoid my contact with it as much as possible.
So you've stopped using Facebook, have you?
I wouldn't say I've stopped altogether. I have a handful of friends that I communicate with on Messenger, so occasionally they will message me. But if I checked it once every week to 2 weeks, that would be my frequency.
Wow. Okay. I use Facebook on a daily basis. Okay. Let us jump in. And one thing to say, I did a screenshot. I came this morning to my office. I immediately opened one. I opened one screen, and it looks like this. So I always open on another screen, vertical screen.
Lovely.
Dashboard. I start typing in dashboard, tawk.to, banks. Ready for the day.
Love it.
Ready for the day. So let us talk about the knowledge base. Talk to knowledge base.
Great. Okay. So the knowledge base, we released this feature, it must be 2 or 3 months ago. And what it is, it's a way for businesses to be able to deliver content to their visitors. It's a way to enable your visitors to help themselves. So we say help them help themselves, because we really believe in Talk.to that you need to meet visitors, or you need to help visitors in the channel of their choice. And while we are huge advocates of chat and we believe strongly in messaging,
yes,
not every visitor wants to have a chat. Okay, so Talk.to is now equipped with chat. It has a ticketing system as well, which enables you to escalate conversations through email or respond to emails directly from your Talk.to dashboard. Our goal, or one of our, on our roadmap, is to make Talk.to the place that you use to communicate with your customers in every channel of their choice, whether it be social media, SMS, phone calls, emails, chat, etc. And one of those channels is, your FAQ section, your knowledge base, your content, where people can find answers to the questions that they have. So the knowledge base is hosted on the Talk.to service, and you'll see it's a really easy system to use. Well, what I'll hopefully show you tonight is a really easy system to use, where you can create responses to FAQs, you can create blog articles, etc., and then you can assess their success and look at customers' feedback as well on those articles. So I absolutely love it. Like, when you told me we were doing this, I spent a little bit more time diving into the knowledge base to make sure I learned more about it, and I was really, really impressed with what the team have developed. And I think also the huge advantage of the knowledge base is if you spend the time to develop the content for your business, is that you can use it as your business continues to scale and grow. You can use your knowledge base to train your new team members in 3, 6 months, 12 months down the track.
Okay, Adrian, it seems that you are breaking out a bit.
So, step one. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I still there? Can you still hear me?
Yes. I think you had some connectivity issues. Hopefully, or maybe hopefully that wasn't at my side. Yes. Anyway, yeah. Let's carry on. In our case, we have it. We have a knowledge base for cloud, and we are building in. We are trying to take all the content and bring it into another knowledge base, and we have already made categories. HostMaria.tawk.to.help, was it?
That's it.
So first of all, every user, every Talk.to user gets their own subdomain.
Exactly right. That's right.
From tawk.to.help.
That's right. And very shortly, before the end of the year, you'll be able to customize that subdomain. So you'll be able to white label it. You'll be able to remove the talk.to branding, and you may be able to make it HostMaria.help. So that will be an option coming very shortly.
Oh, okay. And that will be, of course, a premium feature. Of course.
Yes, that will be the white label to remove the branding. It'll be incorporated with that.
So you just play with C names and that's done, yes?
Exactly right.
Oh, that's good. I love the way how you guys get in the people with free live chat, and then you start building them all into their infrastructure.
Yep.
So you can start.
Sure. I thought the best thing to do would just be to create a knowledge base and create an article in the knowledge base.
Yes.
So people can see how it's done. And if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'll just share my screen with you all now. Okay, and can you see that clearly?
Oh, absolutely. The quality is brilliant, yes.
Wonderful. So I've got a property up here. So if you have several properties in your Talk.to dashboard, when you go into the Talk.to dashboard, you want to be going into the bottom left-hand corner, administration, and make sure that you've selected the correct property if you have multiple properties. So I've created one called KB, or knowledge base demo.
Okay.
And then I've clicked on the knowledge base section there. You can also access it from the left here in the side menu. So we click on start, and we'll give our knowledge base a name, which is just for internal use. It automatically has chosen a subdomain, kbdemo.talk.help, and the default language we've set for English.
Okay.
Okay. We could set a logo here, but I'll show you how to do it later on, and we can set primary colors and font styles, etc. But I won't dive too much into it. It's fairly self-explanatory, that section there. So if we go to next, we're all done. It's all been set up, and we'll go to our knowledge base here. So our knowledge base is online. It's published. It's set up. That's the subdomain there. So if I visited that in a separate tab, you'll see the knowledge base, but I'll just spend a little bit of time setting it up as well. And this is what we were discussing earlier, Helmuts, the custom domain, which is coming soon.
Nice.
So we can upload a logo into the knowledge base. So I'll just choose.
So the suggestible size is 80 to 80 pixels?
Correct, that's right.
Okay.
Let's just put the bear just waving hands there. It's yeah. Now the fat icon is the little icon that you may see in the top left-hand corner of your URL browser.
Yes.
Right. So it's a little bit embarrassing, but it's the only image I've got. So we'll use my image in there, and you'll see it pop up. Oh no, it's the wrong one that I chose. There we go. We'll use the square one.
Do we have to upload the exact? Do we upload PNGs, or do we have to upload the favicon files? Were they ICOs, or what was it? ICO?
There's a number of files that you can upload. I don't think there's really any restrictions, or there's not very many restrictions that I know of. Just trying to get the pixels right is the most important.
So you will upload a small picture up to 152 to 152 pixels, and then the system will automatically transform it into the favicon format.
Exactly.
Okay, and we'll do all the magic for you. Oh, that's great.
Spot on. And here you can add an image for your header banner as well.
Okay.
The other option here.
And always save.
Well, unfortunately,
that's actually great. That is great.
Okay, let me just.
This is the beauty, Adrian, of live streams. You know, that's even better.
So I just made it a bit smaller so I can see. So you can change the gallery, like you might put crisscross, or you can upload your own image URL there, etc. But as you can see, it's completely customizable.
Yes.
So we'll set that there as well. There's your social media banner that you can add, and you can play around with it and make it exactly how you would like. So the browser title, so what will go in at the title at the top of the page, KB Demo Help Center. The meta description is what they'll see if they search for it through Google or one of the other search tools that you can add in there. You have a heading and you have a subheading as well. So we might put the heading as KB Demo, and there we go. Okay, we'll save that. We'll save that, and we'll save that as well. Now, over here is really interesting because you can actually set up your knowledge base in multiple languages. Okay.
Okay, that is something I have missed.
Okay, so in the languages section, we've got it set default to US English. But if I wanted to add, you've got a number of options here. I believe there's 27 or 28 different options. But let's say we selected Italian as a second language. So we should have two options now. So you'll see when we create the articles, you'll have an option to set it up in English and Italian as well. And I'll show you all this. I'll have to.
And then automatically it offers to translate tickets or something, the ticket forms, yes?
So this will give you the option to set up like a URL, but where customers or visitors can create a ticket directly from your knowledge base.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll set that up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. This is where you can set up how the categories appear for visitors, and you can also opt for people to give you feedback on your articles. So with a simple thumbs up or thumbs down, yes and no, happy or sad, etc. Your social media icons are down the bottom there, so people can link directly to your social media pages there. You can opt to have your chat widget on the knowledge base as well, so if people need further help, they can chat with you directly.
I did miss that one as well.
And you can add your Google Analytics tracking ID at the bottom there. So it will also help you report with your Google Analytics.
Yes. There are many people who use other solutions rather than Google Analytics. Is it possible to put in any code? Or is the Google Analytics, do you need to put in just that small reference or the full code? Oh, there is a tracking ID. Okay.
That's right.
So you would put in the tracking ID.
You just need to grab your tracking ID from your Google dashboard or your Google administration menu and just enter it in there. I'm not sure whether you could use other ones. I would have to think about that.
A suggestion, yes. Me, myself, I'm using Google Analytics everywhere. But seeing more and more that they are hiding data, they are hiding data from you. They're not giving you all the data. And I can see more and more tech-advanced online entrepreneurs using other services.
That makes complete sense.
Yes.
So I'll just close my tab to show you, and I'll start a step on there. What it will look like. So you can see here that I've created my knowledge base.
Here we go.
The heading that we wrote in there. We've got the subheading. Here is where I can submit a ticket, which will just be created within the tawk.to dashboard. The chat widgets down in the bottom corner. We've got two options to have it in Italian or in English. And all of those little features, like we didn't add the social media buttons down the bottom, but everything that you wanted, you could customize, will affect the way that your knowledge base looks. Up the top here, I've got kbdemo.talk.help, which is the URL, and that will be completely customizable in the future. So let me stop sharing my screen, and now we'll create an article within the knowledge base. But I should just pause there and see if you have any questions, or if anyone has any questions, anything that I can respond to there.
Well, there are no questions at the moment, and
full steam ahead.
People are connecting, and maybe later on. We'll just carry on. And thank you. And by the way, Adrian,
yes.
Huge kudos to your developers and to people who made the logical system. HubSpot, whoever created logical system of HubSpot should be reconsidered as a professional.
They've done an absolutely
horrible job. In your case, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
it is coming from a user perspective. And by the way, after I created categories, I showed the link to the knowledge base of HostMaria at tawk.to, and a friend of mine said, "Wow, the first word." He was like, "Wow, okay, that's good."
I love it. If you worked out from our previous conversation, Helmuts, and this one here, that I'm not the most tech savvy person. I'm definitely more of a people person, and I prefer to get someone to do this stuff for me. But if I can create an article in the knowledge base, then the developers have done an incredible job. So if it's easy enough for me to do it. But let me share my screen again, and then we'll create an article together.
Okay.
So once your knowledge base has been set up and it's in the way you would like it to look, then to create an article, you just click back into your knowledge base on the left.
Okay.
So the configure button in the top right here, that will take you back to the menu that we left. Okay. But before you even start creating your articles, the first thing to do is to start creating categories. Okay.
Yes, that was a thing. Actually, I did notice as well. I do apologize for interrupting. You have to find that first button, categories. It has to be.
That's right.
Yes, that was a small thing for me to. Where are the categories? Okay, I click there. That's it. Move on.
So we click on new category, and the article that I was going to create was how to build a paper airplane. Is what I thought would be, interesting to paste the information across. So we might say the category name is airplanes, and it automatically set up the slide for you, which will help people search for you on the search engines. You can add an icon to your category, and again, they're completely customizable. You can add descriptions as well. Everything you wanted.
Is there a library of icons as well?
Yes, there is.
Or do I have to upload my? Okay, very good.
There's a library of icons there that you can use.
Okay, so these are font awesomes. Yes, I think.
I don't know myself,
but industry standards, and everybody knows what is what. Yes, icons are. Yeah, so, okay, again.
Wonderful. Okay, so once I've created my category, if you want to set up your knowledge base in multiple languages, you'll have to create the category for the other languages as well, for the articles to sit in. So we might just say this. Aeroplanes, IT, Italian, that's fine.
So if we work with multiple languages, we have to create the same categories for each language.
Correct, that's right. So you set up a separate language, a separate category for each of the languages that you want the knowledge base to be shared in.
Okay.
Great, so we've got our category set up in there. It's aeroplanes. The next thing to do is to create our article. So what I will do is no, that's okay. I've just shrunk my screen a little bit. I hope it's not too difficult. Okay. So we go into articles in here, And what we want to be looking at is the new article section up the top here. So as you continue to build out more and more articles, you'll be able to sort them. You'll be able to search the articles based on certain criteria like who wrote it, etc. The status, whether it's published, a draft, or it's archived, what language the article is in, who's the author, what categories, etc. But for now, we'll create a new article. Okay. And it's very simple. It's just a matter of drag and drop or etc. So our title for the article might be, let's make it how to make a paper airplane. And we might make a subtitle, which would be, and I'm just copying this from an article that I've got on Google, so I don't know. There we go. So now we've got our header in place and we've got a subtitle as well. And you can see the slug is generated based on the heading that you've used. Currently, our article's not published, so it's just in a draft mode as well. Our visibility, we want to set it to public, but if you wanted to create articles that you only wanted to use internally for your team to access, then you would just set it to private.
Okay.
We'd select a category. So we'd select the aeroplanes category, and we've made it the primary category as well. And I'll come back to the languages in a moment, and you can set the author. Now, the author is based on agents that are associated with your property. So if you have 10 agents associated with your business, then you'll be able to select one of them as the author of the article. It will naturally default to who is logged in currently. And you can also link it to other articles in your knowledge base.
Okay.
So in my article here, I've got my heading, I've got my subheading as well. The first thing I want to do is create a little bit of text. So what I would do is I would just click on paragraph and I would simply type away, or right in this instance, I am copying and pasting the paragraph of text in there.
Okay.
And you've got all the options on the side in terms of how large you want the font to be, or you can select the actual number there and what color you want it to be as well. So whether you want it to be red or black or whatever, so on and so forth. Okay. Next, what we want to do is, let's say we want to add a picture. So I'm just saving the picture from the Google article that I've got there. So we would click add block, which we've just done. We select image, okay. And on the left here, we're going to upload an image from our desktop. And here I've got the image of the article of the paper airplane. All done.
Very good.
Great. Align it. Everything here I feel is, I won't go into too much detail because I think it's quite self-explanatory. The different options on the left-hand side. As we continue with the article, we want another paragraph now. So off I go, and I'll scroll down.
It seems like almost the same as for WordPress users who use Elementor.
Exactly, yeah.
It's almost like the logics are the same. WordPress users, yes.
I've never used, or I haven't spent a lot of time in WordPress or any of those platforms, but I have built Lego, and to me it was very similar to building Lego. Like you just add as to what you want to create. So I've created a second paragraph. Now, very easy to customize these. You can drag it to a different spot to make it very easy to edit the way that your article appears to everyone on there. And there's lots of options here. As you can see, we can add another header, we can add paragraph, image, a snippet of code, a video, where we can just simply source the URL directly from YouTube. So if we had a great YouTube video on how to build a paper airplane, we could simply insert that in there as we speak. There's a divider. So a couple of options for the divider as well to break up the space. And we can have a table as well.
Okay. Is it possible to add polls?
As in a poll, like a questionnaire for the visitors on there?
Yes.
No, at this point, not currently.
And what about the galleries?
What,
one image, putting in like 5 at the same time or 6.
yeah, that would be fairly simple. You just continue adding the blocks, and then you could either align the image to the left, the center, or the right. So that wouldn't be a problem as well.
Okay.
Once we're done and we're happy, like let's say I'm going to remove that little bit there and anything else, but we're happy with the way that it looks, we simply publish the article.
Let's put in YouTube video. Can we put in any YouTube video, please?
Let me just find one for you.
And to those few who are watching, if you have any questions, please ask them. Anything to Adrian regarding the live chat or his experience, or but of course all about tawk.to. Thank you.
Wonderful. So here we go. We're going to add a YouTube video. So I've just clicked on the video icon there. I entered the URL for the YouTube video in there and click apply. You can change the start time, the end time, etc. So you can completely customize it as well. So once we're happy with the article, we simply publish it and we select back. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Is it published?
No, I completely discarded it. So I clicked the wrong button. Let me just give you. Okay. Give me a minute.
And good morning to everybody. We have a rare chance to ask for. You can ask your questions to Adrian from tawk.to. tawk.to, I would say, based on my experience on 20+ years being online, tawk.to is the best live chats, not widget, solution your website could have, based on my experience. Maybe there are other better ones. I don't know. There are many great solutions. I've tried many of them. You should definitely try. And first of all, it is free.
Thank you very much. It is, and that's a huge advantage, especially when you, especially in these times. I think the barrier to entry and testing out something new and business is tough. It's a huge advantage.
And the application is there as well. I could definitely say I have both Android and iOS, but I'm using my tawk.to application on my iPhone. It works as a charm. Absolutely fantastic.
And we should also say that the knowledge base is completely free. So you can set up your knowledge base and there's no cost whatsoever to do it. Okay.
Is there an image as well? Have you published an image? Oh, the image.
I have published. Oh, I thought I had published an image. Let me just check.
Check the image. As I wanted to see the responsiveness of images and videos and stuff like that. All that good stuff. Once it is published.
Okay, we should be all set to go. Okay, now publish the article. Okay. So let me stop my screen share and we will go to our KB and I'll refresh that and you should see it.
Okay, can we share it?
Just a second, I'm just going to update it. Yeah.
And when people are watching, I basically for 10 years, something like that, I did not understand the meaning and the need for a knowledge bases. I thought, well, they're just the ordinary stuff of FAQs, frequently asked questions. Webmasters usually put on the bottom of their websites, or they just hide them somewhere. Well, nobody reads them. But once you start having real customers, once you start providing services to your customers, or once you start selling maybe goods or giving some advice, then you will notice that there are lots and lots of questions that start repeating themselves. and the answers might be quite long, and they will need and you will need to go through step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and that is something that should be organized and put into your knowledge base.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm just trying to find what I've
The
done.
knowledge base is being updated as well all the time. It is so easy once you have. I just know that feeling. A person comes in and says, "Look, I can't connect to FTP for example. What do I have to do?" And the question is simple, but the answer is never simple. So, and in that case, we usually ask him, "Hey, here's the link. We have created this article for you, or we have even several possible answers for the solution. Please go and check these articles. Just quickly go through these steps. Maybe you have missed something."
Wonderful. Here we go. Sorry about that. Let
Probably.
me share my screen.
And while you are searching for your screen, I was thinking, do you realize that some people might start using as their blogs?
That's right. Yeah, you can create blogs on there. There's no what you can do to help customers as well.
If that premium feature will be like $5, your usual pricing, $5-10, I don't know about this, using your own domain name. Oh my God, it will be so much cheaper to use you, and people will not need services like HostMaria's. You have your own CDN, you have your own, basically you have your own servers, you maintain the system, everything. Yes.
That's right. Yeah, it's all hosted on our servers. It's all maintained there.
Yes. Okay, let us. So
you see my screen. That's how the article came out. And You've got your heading, your subheading, your little bit of text. You've got your image.
Could you share a link with me, please? We over here, we have a private chat. Could you pop in the link, and I will share it with in our video.
Wonderful. I'll send it to you on
the URL, please.
Yes, there you go.
Thank you.
And then the good example is the tawk.to.
We are waiting for the link.
I sent you via our Skype chat.
Oh, by Skype. Okay, let me start Skype. There is in the solution we use. Okay, there is a. Okay, this is this one. Good. Okay, so the link is. Oh, it has added so much rubbish on it. Skype.
Yep.
No problem. Token. Good. Okay. So, if watchers want to watch, here we go. Here's the link. And now, if I could check it myself. Now there are a few things I wanted to check. So I'm here. Okay, the live chat is there. How to make paper by Adrian, updated 3 minutes ago. Okay, good. Okay, I can't click. Okay, what happens once I open image in new tab? Was it the full screen? Was it the full image you uploaded? Did it resize?
I just copied and pasted it from another URL, so I didn't pay too much attention to it, to be honest with you.
Oh, this is good. I do not need to register. That's good. And now let us see. Oh, responsive. 100% responsive. This is an issue with WHMCS, the hosting. We use the golden standard for the hosting industry, and God, you need to go deeper in to make things responsive. Everything looks good. Okay. All categories. Oh, and we can see your first category, yes? Or how can I return to the home?
To the home, it should be in the categories, but I think I've made some mistake there with setting up the categories, so I'd have to go back in and play
Okay,
around.
so as I would see that I'm using breadcrumbs, yes. So I could go to all categories here, but if I wanted to go to home, where can I click?
So if I can show you on one of my other ones on there, but just in the top
Thank you.
left-hand corner, we may not have added it to the. I'll show you on the existing knowledge base, the talk.to one. So let me just share my screen with everyone.
Thank you, and thank you, Adrian.
Pleasure.
This is something we are implementing right now. Just need to allocate the resources and of both time and money.
So this is the talk.to knowledge base that we've created. I can change the way I see the categories, and if I'm interested in, going into the advanced features and finding about managing departments, the article is in there with the information. If I want to go back to the home screen, just click on the icon in the top left-hand corner. We've got it set up. So we are currently translating it into a number of different languages in there if I want to submit a ticket. And you can also add a link to a URL there. So if we want to go to the talk.to homepage, you could add that as well.
Okay. Yes, I can see. I'm checking our one as well, and there are. This is just the first. This was just the first test, and yes, HostMaria .talk.to.help, and yes, on the top, they are both clickable. And then an amazing thing, what on the side, submit ticket, open support ticket, and you can add your own links as well. So we have our own support ticket dashboard, and we have our own knowledge base on quality and status pages and stuff like that. So you could even add links to your own website, and just for the sake of backlinks, it's super easy to be used. Okay. We've just started exploring. That is the reason why we needed to hear your expertise. Okay, let us jump forward. Canned responses. And I have to admit, I have heard of them since whenever. I've never used them. Never, ever.
So canned responses is just templated responses, similar to what you would use in an email, but for chat. We think they're brilliant because it reduces the number of errors when typing. So you don't make little mistakes while sending the same response. It makes it more efficient. Generally, you send the same responses out to people who ask about shipping queries or how much it costs, etc. So rather than typing it out each time, you can use the templated responses. It's great to ensure that if you have a team, that the team responds in a manner that's consistent with your brand and your image, so they're all saying the same thing or responding to the queries in a very similar way. And it's great when you're using the app, instead of sitting there typing away on your phone, you can just use the canned responses, the shortcuts we call them.
Okay.
So I'll share my screen. I'll take you into the talk.to dashboard, and we'll show you how to set up some.
And I have to admit, I've been lazy. I haven't even tried. I knew that you will be here, and I need, we need to create some. What are the main name servers and blah 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 stuff. Oh, the screen is here.
Oh, sorry, let me just find the. Okay, now let me share my screen again. Okay, can you see my dashboard?
And yes, we can. Very good.
Okay. Shortcuts, they're very easy to set up. They're very easy to use. You have two types of shortcuts, though. So you have what we call global shortcuts, and they're shortcuts that apply to you. So you can find these in the top right-hand corner. If you go down the third option, which is Edit Profile, you'll find your global shortcuts there. So they're global because if you're associated with different businesses or multiple properties, these shortcuts will apply to all of those properties, all of those businesses.
Oh, one second. I want to make sure I'm at the same place as you are. So once again, and then we are going into. Sorry, where are the shortcuts?
Okay, so in the top right-hand corner, if you click on the little icon, you may have your image there.
Okay.
And the third option down is Edit Profile.
Edit Profile. Okay.
Right. Once you're in Edit Profile, on the left-hand side menu, there's an option there which is Global Shortcuts.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you.
So these shortcuts apply to you regardless of whether you're answering on HostMaria or whether you're giving me a hand answering on behalf of my business next month and for whatever it is. So they will apply to you, Helmuts. So you can see I personalize them. Well, these are just ones I created today quickly. It's, hello, my name is Adrian. I love pizza. Okay, so that's personalized just for me. No one else would be able to use that shortcut there. And they're your global shortcuts that can be found there.
Yes.
Okay. The shortcuts which anyone has access to, whoever is associated with your property, they can be found by going to the bottom left-hand corner and clicking on Administration.
Okay.
And then in the menu option, just under Settings, you'll see Shortcuts.
Yes, I can see them. Settings shortcuts, yes.
Correct. So you can import shortcuts from a CSV file if you like. And very easy to add a shortcut. I'll show you how. But these shortcuts, again, are applicable to anyone who's associated with the business. So if you have 3 or 4 team members that are responding, each of those will be able to access these responses when responding to a visitor in chat.
Okay, so what is the difference of those global shortcuts and these shortcuts?
So global shortcuts are only for me. If you and I were both working in HostMaria, you wouldn't have access to the global shortcuts. So that's the ones where I would personalize them. I might add my name, my personal responses, etc. Whereas the shortcuts which are associated in the administration menu, they're accessible to anyone. They're accessible to both of us.
Fantastic. Okay, that's super clear now. Thank you.
Okay, and to create a shortcut, it's very easy to do. Just click on the Add Shortcut icon in the top right-hand corner.
Yes.
Just type the keyword that you want the shortcut to be. So the shortcut might be can, and then the response might be, can I help you with anything further? Question mark. Okay. You can create a personal shortcut here, or you can make it public, so available to anyone. And there's 2 types as well. You can send it just as a message, and there is an option to create a survey as well. And I'll show you I've created a survey shortcut as well.
Very good, yes.
So we'll click Save. And what I'll do is I'll show you in real time how I use the shortcuts so people get a better understanding of it. So I'm just using the direct chat link. And I'm going to go start a chat with myself here.
Okay, incoming chat.
So the incoming chat.
Familiar.
The person's from Australia. They're on the KB demo property. We click on the icon in the top left-hand corner. We have a number of aliases that we can use to join. We'll join as Adrian.
Okay.
Okay. And then to use a shortcut, you just press the / key, and it will give you a list of shortcuts that are available. If I don't want to go through the list, I just start typing what I want. And it's hello and welcome to your mobile-based demo.
And did it auto-suggest your answers?
No, it won't auto-suggest. It will just give you, based on what I'm typing after I've selected.
I haven't seen this one, and I've been using tawk.to.
There you go. So the one that I showed you, this is what it looks like if you have a multiple choice question, if you want to add that.
Okay.
What is your favorite color? Blue, yellow, green, pink. And the visitor can select the option here.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't see me select the option, but that was me selecting the option in the other chat window. Now, what's really great about this is if you're not sure which shortcut to use, you can use the / and the question mark query, and that will search through all the shortcuts depending on the keyword that you type in afterwards.
Okay.
There is also a tab in the top right-hand corner.
So / and question mark, yes?
That's right, and that will search through the list of shortcuts, keyword that you've typed in there.
And on keyboard, they are logically on the same key as well. Just shift.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Yeah,
okay. In the top right hand, in the tab section here, you can see the scissors is your shortcuts.
Okay.
And it'll give you a list of shortcuts that are available for the property. So you can search through them that way, and you could type in, for example, color, and it'll bring up the shortcut which has color in it.
Oh, very good.
You can also create shortcuts here. So if you respond to a customer and you think, wow, that was a really good response, I might use that again in the future, you can simply create a shortcut here. What it will be, you enter the shortcut name. Now, when you enter the shortcut name, you don't need to add the /. Okay, you just need to end up the name of the shortcut. Enter your message and click save. You've got your options down the bottom as well, and click save. So very easy to do.
Okay. Will be done.
Shortcuts, really simple, really effective for training your team, for responding to customers, and making it easy to answer chats.
Absolutely. This will be crucial to us. So we are. Maybe or maybe not. We're planning to do huge marketing, and we are planning to gain, like, I don't know, 10 to 50,000 users.
Oh, wow.
Preparing for that one, and I will definitely need customer support from your side. I'm just dealing with insurance, with programming side, getting all the blocks together, and tawk.to will be crucial, as I have heard that there are smaller startups, when they start getting those spikes of users, traffic spikes, then there are just sleepless nights, 72 hours, like without sleep, just coffee and Red Bull.
Oh, wow.
That's mental. That's mental. And then following their stories, I'm trying to read their blogs, how they launch their marketing, huge marketing campaigns. And they always say that, oh God, if I had those canned responses. So often they say we needed canned responses. Once we implemented that, the life got so easier.
That's exactly right. It's so much easier. And as the business scales, it's a great way to say to the new team member, go and read the 50, 100 canned responses we've already created as, a first step to learning how we respond to customers, what our tone is,
Yes.
how we answer the most frequently asked questions.
And canned responses actually can be like condensed way of your knowledge base as well.
Yeah, it's working smarter, not harder.
Absolutely. Thank you. Oh, can I ask you one question? Once the user is in, let's see. So this is our one at the moment. It is live, and sometimes there are users that go idle.
Mm-hmm.
Could you explain this one, please?
There's a time threshold. It may be 20 minutes, but when they've been inactive on the website, I'm not exactly sure it's 20 minutes. I've got a feeling that I've heard the 20-minute mark. But if they've been inactive on your website for that period of time, once they exceed that threshold, that's where they're deemed idle.
Okay. Another question: how can I see? What is the easiest way to see the online status of other live agents that, or for in our case, we have tech support guys, few, 2 plus B 1. The plans are to grow larger, but of course there is also, and then how can I see when they are online and when they are not online?
This is a great feature that we will be rolling out in the future to make it easier to make your team members accountable to when they're online and offline. The easiest way, or really the only way to do it right now, Helmuts, is to create a group chat with those team members. And within that group chat, you'll be able to see their status as whether they're online, away, offline. Or
Where would I do that?
so if on the, do you want me to show you on my screen?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Let me just share my screen.
I'm just a little bit afraid to start sharing my screen, as you never know, you might start sharing some private information.
Okay, so you can see my screen here.
Yes, thank you.
So over here is what you would want to do is you would create a new group. You could create like HostMaria support.
So you would go to active chats and then you would click to groups and yes, okay.
Correct. And then unfortunately, I'm the only person associated with the business, so there's no one else I can add to it. But you'll see in your property members, you'll be able to add whoever's associated with your property to that group. And you just click them, you would create the group. Let's see if it will allow me to create it. And in there, you can see the little green icon, the status, which tells me whether the person is online or whether they've selected themselves as away, invisible, or offline will be red.
Fantastic.
So just the group chats is directly where you respond to those incoming chats. Just beneath that is the group chat. Another way as well is you could browse the direct messages, so you could search for them in a direct message and see if they're online or offline, etc.
What happens once I'll definitely take your offer, the tawk.to offer of could you remind me what were the prices, offers, and what did we get if we wanted to get customer support from your side?
Yeah, sure. So the first thing we offer is a 7-day free trial. So to make sure that it's a good fit for your business, to understand how the agents respond, to help us set up even your canned responses and your trigger messages and customize the widget to maximize the conversion from visitors to chat. We'll do that all for you. That's absolutely fine. So we'll draft all the canned responses, the shortcuts, and then once we're ready to go live, we run it for a full 7 days, no obligation, no credit card at all.
Yes.
If you decide then at the end of the 7 days that it's a great fit and you'd love to have our agents responding on your behalf, then the cost starts from as little as $1 an hour USD for 24/7 support.
Okay, so $1 an hour. Thank you. We are partners.
Absolutely, that'll be 50 cents an hour for you.
So that means 50 cents an hour. And I was thinking of getting you for 5 days a week, 5 days a week for 10 hours, probably.
So 10 hours per day?
10 hours per day. Yes, that's fiver. That's fiver times 5. That's 25. That's 25. Yeah, and that would be $100 covering the night hours of normal days.
So so that's like we start for $1 an hour. If you're looking for one of the smaller plans, so if you're looking for 40 hours per week or 80 hours per week, where you can assign the agents to respond at any point from Monday to the Sunday, then for 40 hours per week, the cost is $2.20 per hour. Or if you're looking for them to use them 80 hours per week, then it's $1.50 per hour.
Sorry, once again. So 40 hours, 40
$2.20 per hour, or or 380 US per month.
Okay.
Then you have 80 hours per week, $1.50 per hour.
80 hours. Sorry, where?
$1.50 per hour.
Yes, $1.50. Okay.
And that's 520 US per month.
That was 520. Yes.
That's right.
520 per month, and the first one 40 hours were per month 360.
380.
380. Okay. Australian dollars, American?
US dollars.
Okay. And then
you have 128 hours.
128 hours. Okay.
For evenings and weekends, so it's an after-hours service, but you can schedule hours at any point, Monday through to Sunday, and that's $1.10 per hour, $110 US per month.
That's $1.10 per hour, and then that would be
$610 US per month.
610 per month. Okay. And 128 hours. Is that covering? So 20.
And the next level up is 168 hours is 24/7.
Okay, 24/7, 128 hours. And
That's Black Friday, they'll be available. Cyber Monday, they'll be available. Christmas Day, they'll be available. Easter Sunday, they'll be available. So you can actually spend time with your family and not worrying about whether a chat is coming in or not.
so, okay. So, of course, well, if you... Now Adrian is doing sales, but that's good. I'm a proper lead for... Okay, that would be probably... Okay, let us say I would take 128 hours. That's fine. That's $610 divided by half. That's $305. Full-time coverage for the first line of support. First line of support are people who would just guide to the support database and say, if what, please open the ticket.
Exactly.
So the first human interaction, polite, nice, and hey, we are here, and the support does exist.
And what you get is you get access to all the agents that we assign to your business as well. Plus, you have a customer success team 24/7. So it's like a new staff member. Like you can give them as much feedback as you like.
Let us now go back in. I always love that. So the first thing you said, what I would also get?
This is what I really love about this service. So it's not give us all your FAQs and we'll respond on your behalf. We actually give you access to all the agents, to trainers, to the customer success team. So if you have questions or comments or feedback, you can reach out to them directly within the tawk.to dashboard 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So as your business evolves and grows and changes happen in your business, you can very easily continue to train and update the team on what's happening in the business. And what you really love, I believe, is that the team is so proactive because we genuinely want to do a good job responding on your behalf. We're not silly. We know that if we do a good job responding, then you're going to continue using the service. So you'll find the agent reach out to you if they have a query that they can't answer, or they might be checking in about something that's happened on your website. Your website's gone down. We notify the customer, by the way, did you notice your website's gone down? Oh, really? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, thank goodness. You know what I mean? Yeah, we didn't see chats coming in for a couple of hours, so we thought, what's going on here? So you'll find they're really proactive, and you can continue to educate them, train them, give them feedback on how they're responding. So they just get better and better over time.
Okay, and once I have that's great. And once I have those agents, are they going to be dedicated agents or what? Or are they going to randomly changed? So to say I would have to train 2 or 3 people at the same time, or?
So for the cost of the service, we have to assign about 30 or 40 agents to each business. So that ensures that there's someone available 24/7 to respond, because I'm sure you can appreciate it's a shared service at that cost. It's not a one dedicated or a handful of dedicated resource. So it's our role together to really arm the agents with the information that they need to respond. So they'll use the canned responses as the first measure. They'll use a knowledge base and agent guide, your website. They can reach out to you directly if they can't respond. And then if all else fails, they'll escalate. So unfortunately, I can't answer that question for you, but let me take your name, your contact details, and I'll get Helmuts to give you to send you an email shortly, or
our senior engineer. Yes,
absolutely. However you'd like to word it. And
I'm trying to delegate. I have to learn this. God, you can't do everything yourself. Sorry, carry on.
And yeah, so we assign about 30 or 40 agents to the business, and that ensures that there's someone always available to respond, and respond in a timely manner as well.
Is it possible to ask, when you select your agents, that they would speak Chinese as well?
So at this stage, we do have a number of bilingual agents, but at this stage, they're all booked out. So all we have available is English, and that's because when we started, we thought we'd offer the service in multiple languages, and unfortunately, fortunately, I should say, the demand for English continues to grow.
Absolutely.
So we have more and more requests coming through for English, so we've focused all our attention on that.
Then they are all based in Philippines, are they? Yes. And that's awesome.
Most of our team is based in the Philippines. We have a really strong customer success and agent base in Latvia as well. We have a handful of agents in Australia and in North and South America as well.
So I could actually have Latvian agents as well, yes, as we are working with Latvia as well. We have two business models: domain names and web host. We are still searching for ourselves, and then we are targeting Latvian market quite heavily. We have 22-letter domain names, like the corporate domain names, and we are going to become a LLV official registrar in the process. So
to answer your question, like if you want a dedicated agent, we can source one from Latvia or Philippines or wherever you want with the certain skill set that you'd like. But for the shared service, we don't give
no problem.
To the user.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
And if they speak that language, that's great. If not, then that's fine.
That's right.
That's fantastic. Adrian, anything else? And then we can wrap up. And of course, how people can contact you, talk to.
Of course. So very easy. My email address is easy to remember. It's Adrian@tawk.to. You're welcome to reach out to me to help you set up the widget, to help you set up the knowledge base for any questions or queries you have, of course, for a free trial. You can reach me via chat, talk.to/Adrian, so just reversed as well. They're probably the two simplest ways.
And though we should wrap up, what was the security from your side for the live chat support people?
In security?
Security-wise, yes. How much access can I give? So in our case, we have few levels of databases I can give access to. And recently, I was scammed by a senior tech engineer. I have to admit, that was horrible.
Yeah.
We did cut off, and everything was cleaned. But God,
and
how do you manage the security?
Well, it's very interesting. So we recruit most of our hired agents out of the Philippines, and we do that because their communication skills, their English skills is brilliant. But another main reason why we do it is because they're just lovely people. They're wonderful people. They're very loyal. They're family people as well. So we have a fantastic team. And what's great about the team is that we've continued to grow. We've tried to make tawk.to a really great place for people to work. So a lot of the team that we bring on are actually referred to us from friends. So there is that family community that is created.
But still, are there, in terms of security?
So you can limit them. So generally with the hired agents, their scope is just to respond to chat. So they don't offer back-end support at all.
Yes.
There are certain use cases, for example, e-commerce stores where we can integrate with Shopify and they can look up orders, and with certain hosting companies, they can limit their access to reset a password, etc. in the back end. So depending on your level of risk and what you feel comfortable with, then we can work with that. But generally, we say the scope of the agents is limited to responding to chats. Of course, we try and do everything we can to make our customers happy, like any good business. So if we can stretch them a little bit and ask them to look up an order in the back end or reset a password or do X, Y, Z, we try and do that, of course, for the business.
Okay, and that's a great answer. Well, we always want to delegate more than we should sometimes, and there are certain limits. But yes, so 610 become a partner, 24/7 support, $300. Come on, that is a no-brainer. That is a no-brainer. And then in the first chat we were talking, I was telling you that I was planning to have 6 to 10 live chat support agents just to be able to maintain the live chat 24/7. So this is the perfect solution.
So much easier.
Okay, Adrian, thank you.
A pleasure.
Actually, there were no comments, nothing, maybe next time. And those who are watching, please go and use tawk.to. We, as a web hosting company and the main company, we definitely highly suggest you trying out tawk.to. That is a live chat support system we use ourselves, and not only on HostMaria, but on other websites as well of ours. Thank you, Adrian.
Pleasure, Helmuts. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Same to you.